வணக்கம் நேயர்களே. தினமலர் வாசகர்களுக்கு நேயர்களுக்கு இது ஒரு வித்தியாசமான நிகழ்ச்சி, ஆனால் மிக மிக முக்கியமான நிகழ்ச்சி. உங்களுக்கெல்லாம் சனாதன தர்மம் என்றால் என்ன என்பது தெரியும். சனாதன தர்மத்திற்கு அடிப்படை வேதங்கள். வேதங்களில் இரண்டு முக்கியமான பாகங்கள், ஒன்று கர்மகாண்டம், மற்றொன்று ஞானகாண்டம். இந்த ஞானகாண்டத்தில் தான் நிறைவு பகுதி, அதில் தான் உபனிஷத்துக்கள் இருக்கின்றன. இந்த உபனிஷத்தின் கருத்துக்களை நமக்கு எளிதாக வழங்குவதற்காக வேதவியாசர் மேத்தமேட்டிக்கல் ஃபார்முலா போல் சூத்திரங்களாக 555 சூத்திரங்களை வழங்கினார். அதனுடைய கருத்துக்களை பகவான் பகவத்கீதையிலே நமக்கு எளிதாக்கி கொடுத்தார். அதற்கு பிறகு வந்த ஆதிசங்கர பகவத் பாதாள் மற்றும் அதை எளிதாக்குவதற்காக மனித பிறவியை நாம் சிறிதாக பயன்படுத்தி அந்த உயர்ந்த லட்சியத்தை, இலக்கை அடைவதற்காக வேத சூத்திரத்தில் அந்த சூத்திரங்களுக்கு, அந்த பிரம்ம சூத்திரங்களுக்கு தெளிவுரை எழுதினார். பகவத்கீதைக்கு தெளிவுரை எழுதினார். அது மட்டுமின்றி 10 உபனிஷத்துக்களுக்கும் தெளிவுரை எழுதினார். இதை தவிர அவர்கள் மற்றும் எளிதாக்குவதற்காக செகண்ட் லெவல் ஆஃப் கம்யூனிகேஷன் என்று சொல்வார்களே, அதற்கு நூல்களை எழுதினார். அதுவும் புரியாது என்பதற்காக, புரியாதவர்களுக்கு எளிதாக்குவதற்காக தேர்ட் லெவல் ஆஃப் கம்யூனிகேஷன் ஸ்லோகங்கள் மூலமாக இந்த உட்கருத்துக்களை வழங்கினார். இதையெல்லாம் தவிர நமக்கு தொடர்ந்து வழிகாட்டுவதற்காக ஆதிசங்கர பகவத் பாதாள் பாரத நாட்டில் 4 திக்குகளில் 4 பீடங்களை ஏற்படுத்தினார். கிழக்கிலே கோவர்தன பீடம், மேற்கிலே காளிகா பீடம், வடக்கிலே ஜோதிர் பீடம், தெற்கிலே சாரதா பீடம். தெற்கிலே இந்த சாரதா பீடம் கர்நாடக மாநிலத்தில் சிக்மகளூர் ஜில்லாவில் துங்கா நதிக்கரையில் சிங்ககிரி என்ற க்ஷேத்திரத்திலே அமர்ந்திருக்கு. இந்த சாரதா பீடத்தில் தொடர்ந்து இடைவிடாது பல மகான்கள், ஞானிகள், தபஸ்விகள், மிகப்பெரிய பண்டிதர்கள் இந்த பீடத்தை அலங்கரித்து நம் நாட்டிற்கும் சரி, இந்த உலகத்திலே இந்த பிறவியை நன்றாக பயன்படுத்தி இலக்கை அடைய வேண்டும் என்று விரும்புகிறவர்களுக்கும் சரி வழிகாட்டியிருக்கிறார்கள். அது மட்டுமின்றி இந்த சாரதா பீடத்திலே இந்த குருமார்கள் நிர்வாகத்துறையை தனியாக அமைத்து அதன் மூலமாக நம் நாட்டிற்கு பல நற்பணிகளை பல ஆண்டுகளாக செய்து வந்து நம் நாட்டினுடைய ஒருங்கிணைப்பு, நம் நாட்டில் இருக்கக்கூடிய ஏழை எளிய மக்களுக்கு தொண்டுகள் பலவற்றை செய்து வருகிறார்கள். இந்த சாரதா பீடத்தினுடைய நிர்வாகத்துறையில் 35 ஆண்டுகளுக்கு மேலாக அந்த நிர்வாகத்துறையை தலைமை பொறுப்பை ஏற்று நிர்வாகத்துறையை திறம்பட செய்து வருகின்ற ஒரு பிரமுகரை நாம் இந்த நிகழ்ச்சியில் சந்திக்க இருக்கிறோம். அவர் உங்களுக்கு பலருக்கு தெரிந்திருக்கும் டாக்டர் வி.ஆர். கௌரி சங்கர் அவர்கள். அவர்களை தினமலர் வாசகர்கள் சார்பாக, நேயர்கள் சார்பாக வரவேற்கின்றேன். நமஸ்காரம்.
நமஸ்காரம்.
சாரதா பீடத்தை பற்றி சொல்லும் பொழுது, சுவாமி சிவானந்தா ஒரு மருத்துவராக இருந்தார், ரிஷிகேஷில் ஆசிரமம் ஏற்படுத்தினார். அவர் ஒரு முறை எழுதுகிறார், there are many mutts and monasteries all over India, but none is so great as Sringeri சாரதா பீடம் அப்படின்னு எழுதுகிறார். சிவானந்தா எழுதுகிறாருன்னா அதுக்கு ஒரு மதிப்பு இருக்கும். வாட் இஸ் ஸோ யூனிக் அபவுட் சாரதா பீடம் சார்? வாட் இஸ் ஸோ யூனிக்?
நான் எல்லா தினமலர் சப்ஸ்கிரைபர்ஸ்க்கு ஒரு விஷயம் முதல்லையே சொல்கிறதுக்கு இஷ்டப்படுறேன். நான் தமிழில் அவ்வளோ நல்லா வராது, அதனால் என்னோடய ஆன்சரெல்லாம் அங்கங்கே இங்கிலீஷில் இருக்கலாம். ப்ளீஸ் எக்ஸ்கியூஸ் மீ. இப்போ நீங்கள் கேட்ட கொஸ்டின் haunts each and everyone in this world who are followers of Sanatana Dharma. What is so special about Sringeri Sharada Peetam that everybody reveres that Peetam as the unique one? There are many reasons for that. According to me, the first and foremost is the saints who adorn this Dakshinamnaya Shringeri Sharada Peetam are all, now the 36th saint is adorning this Peetam, Jagadguru Shri Shri Bharati Mahasanidhanam, and the successor designate Jagadguru Shri Shri Vidishekara Bharati Sanidhanam is also there to bless us. All these people have one common trait. They are very, very highly knowledgeable people. The type of knowledge that is required to head such institution, guide the entire world on the path of dharma, only these saints have. That's how many people, though they are sannyasis, are heading some matan, what we call as matadipati. When it comes to paying respect, without a question, everyone pays respect to the saint who adorns this Shringeri Sharada Peetam. Another very important aspect, according to me, is other than the knowledge that they have possess, they never involve in any worldly activities. True to what Adi Shankara had put in his Matamnaya Upanishad. They never operate any account. They never involve in any worldly affairs, nor they talk anything about what is happening in the world in day-to-day life matters. Thus, they operate only in their spiritual field. They never come out of that. And they do what a saint is really supposed to do for society. But in a very big institution like this, which has a history of more than 1,230 years, worldly activities have to go on. For that, they keep somebody as their power of attorney and run it only through them. This you can't find anywhere in the world other than in Shringeri Sharada Peetam. That is the most unique way of working, I think, which puts them in that pedestal.
ஸோ ஆன்மீக பாதையில் விட்டு கொஞ்சம் கூட நழுவாமல் அந்த ஸ்பிரிச்சுவல் இதிலேயே அவங்க கான்சன்ட்ரேட்.
ஆமாம்.
இப்போ இந்த ஸ்ருங்கேரி சாரதா பீடத்தின் மூலமாக அவர்களுடைய ஆசீர்வாதத்தோடு வழிகாட்டுதலோடு பல நற்பணிகள் ஸ்ருங்கேரி சாரதா பீடத்திலிருந்து மக்களுக்கெல்லாம் தேசிய ஒருமைப்பாட்டுக்காக அங்கு கர்நாடகா மாநிலம் மட்டும் இல்லை, இந்தியா முழுக்க பல இடத்துல நீங்கள் பண்ணுறீங்க. அதை பற்றி நேயர்களுக்கு
you mean what social activities?
Social activities, welfare activities.
Welfare activities. Jagadguru Mahasamsthanam Shringeri Sharada Peetam was always considered as the Guru Peetam for the kings of Mysore dynasty. So whatever practices that you find in a palace under the reign of a Maharaja, similar practices you will find in Shringeri Sharada Peetam. Almost the work is divided in the same way as in a palace. The names that you call for people who control, who work, is also almost same. Like a palace, this Peetam also had not only a control over the local administration, but till some point of time, they were even collecting taxes from people and giving it to the Maharaja. Maharaja had allowed this Peetam to have an independent say even in the local administration.
The district layer, sir?
No, in the Jahagir. Whatever Shringeri Mutt Jahagir they had, it was totally controlled by our Mutt. Taxes used to be collected for all cess. But things have changed after independence. So, at any point of time, if you consider, Shringeri Mutt has been actively involved in social activities like helping the people around to lead their daily life the way they should. This is not just something that has happened in last decade or last 2 decades. This has been there, and practices like helping people in needy, doing annadanam to all the people who come to Shringeri, all these were there for several centuries. It took a shape because there was a need in the last 2-3 decades. The Jagadgurus of Sharada Peetam have always been contributing to to the welfare of society and also to the progress of our country. So much so, it may be very surprising to you to know this fact that in 1902, when Queen Victoria got into her crown, she had specifically asked Maharaja of Mysore to bring prasadam from this great saint for the occasion. Mysore Maharaja attended that function. He took prasadam from Sringeri
For the coronation.
for the coronation. So that's how the mutt was known even those days. There have been so many lands that have been given to the mutt only to run the mutt and support the surroundings. There have been so many villages in and around Sringeri or in Chikmagalur district, in so many districts in part of Karnataka that have survived because of the support that they received from Sringeri Sharada Peetham. Nowadays, that is after 1970-80, Sringeri Mutt got into a lot of social activities to help the society. We could visualize that there is a very important need for feeding children who come to school, because in Malnad, even today, transportation is not up to the mark. Children will have to travel about 10 to 15 kilometers to come to the school. So for them, if the midday meal is given, they would be very happy to come to the school. If not, they will find some other way to spend their time. So we introduced this midday scheme early 90s, late 80s. And then it slowly progressed. And by 97, 98, almost 10,000 students from the entire taluk of Sringeri and nearby taluks like Narsimrajpura, Tirthalli and Koppa, we were sending midday meal to school children. Even today, I think about 11,000 children in and around Sringeri get their midday meal from our. Another need was that there was no hospital facility in the entire Sringeri taluk. Even today, I think probably our hospital is one of the most equipped hospital in and around, not only in and around Sringeri taluk, in around 3-4 taluks. This need was felt, and our Jagat Guru Shri Abhinav Vidyartha Mahaswamiji, during his Silver Jubilee coronation functions, he started this hospital in a small way, which has grown into a big hospital now. Like this, step by step, the situational needs made us support the society. And now we are a very big institution doing crores and crores of spending on only support mechanisms that is required by the citizens all over the country. Many parts we do this. There have been schools in right from Tripura down up to Kanyakumari. For education, we do a lot of things. In health sector, we do a lot of things. We have our total hospital beds, if you take in various specialties, more than 1,200. If you take only as a hospital division, we are very big. Today also in the country, there are very few groups which have more than 1,200 hospitals under their control. Education also, we have so many engineering colleges, medical college, schools at grassroots level, right from LKG going up to master's degree or even PhD. So like this, the need of the time has been taken care of by the Sharada Peetham, basically because Holiness always insists that unless we give what society wants, our purpose will not be served. Spiritually, yes, we guide them, but that act of spirituality comes at a stage when they are contented. If the man is not even getting one square meal a day, where is the idea of he coming to follow the dharma? So, unless a man is contented and healthy, the pursuit of dharma may not be easy. That's how we always give top priority to fulfilling the basic needs that the surroundings need. There have been many instances where temples not being properly taken care of. We have supported them. reconstruction of temples, reconstruction of facilities. All these have been going on a day-to-day affair. Many people may not know that Sringeri has more than 800 people working in Sringeri for taking care of the needs of the visiting pilgrims, Shishyas, and also the support mechanisms.
Sir, over the years, the facilities for the visiting pilgrims have also increased.
Earlier, there was one guest house for VVIPs called as Chandramoulishwara Totti, and one small guest house for visitors. And people also hardly came, either for darshan of Goddess Sharada or for getting blessings from their holynesses. So the number of people visiting Sringeri was very small. Only people who knew about Sringeri, who had a very close connection with the mutt, used to come often. But things have changed now. In my own experience, when I first went to Sringeri as a servant in 1986, hardly 3 buses used to come from Bangalore, Mysore, Shivamogga. And today, probably 300 or 350 buses come every day. There is the type of change that has taken place. So when so many people come, it is our duty to take care of their needs. So we have constructed many guest houses for the stay of the visiting pilgrims. We have a very big dining hall where we feed all the people who come to Sringeri, irrespective of whatever background they have. Nothing is talked about, but everybody gets a good meal there, both in the afternoon and in the night. Water facilities, we have made a lot of effort to see that pure drinking water is given to all the people who come there. And if you compare to many other big temples, probably other than TTD, the type of atmosphere and the way of running the institution is unique only in Sringeri Sharada Peetham, Sharada Temple. Any visitor can make that change, see that change. And often people tell us that it's very rare to find a temple area without a beggar. In Sringeri, you can never come across anybody asking for alms. So that's how this institution has always been a forerunner for others to follow. And whatever we try to do, we do it in our own way, in a very simple way, but to meet the needs of the people around.
ரொம்ப நல்லா சொன்னீங்க சார். அதாவது ஒரு கோவில்கள்னு சொன்னால் கோவில்களில் வாசலில் ஏழை எளியவர்கள்லாம் உட்காந்து கை காட்டிட்டு வர யாத்திரிகள் அவங்க வர பக்தர்கள்ட்டெலாம் கேட்டுட்ருப்பாங்க. நான் இந்த பாயிண்ட்டை சிங்கேரிக்கு பல முறை வந்திருந்தால் கூட அதை கவனிச்சது நீங்கள் சொல்லும் போது தான் அதோடைய ஹைலைட் தெரியுது. ஒரு பெக்கர் கூட நம்ம சிங்கேரியில் பார்க்க முடியாது. ஏன்னா அவர்களுடைய நீட்ஸ் எல்லாம் பேசிக் நீட்ஸ் ஆர் டேக்கன் கேர். ஸோ நோபடி ஆஸ்க் ஃபார் மணி. அது மாதிரி ஒரு பெரிய விஷயம் அது. இப்போ
நீங்கள் ஸ்கூல்ஸ்னு சொல்கிறப்போ ஐ ஹாவ் டு மென்ஷன் ஒன் வெரி இம்பார்ட்டண்ட் பாயிண்ட். Many people even today talk about differences in how a son is treated and how a daughter is treated. 50 years back or 60 years back, our Jagat Guru visualized that there should be a school only for girls. And he started a school only for girls. Of course, today it has become a co-education center because the strength has got requirements have changed, so we have made it a co-education school. But 60 years back, Jagadguru visualized that girl children in the family are not getting the due that they deserve. They should be educated. So he started a separate school only for girls, so that the mental some sort of a reservation that traditional family had in sending a child to a school is away. They know that only girls are coming to their school and they will send the children. Like that girl child. Now, students who have got out of this institution, our high school, probably are in such high places, like a judge in a Karnataka High Court, a multi specialty hospital head, like that. So all have gone from the small local school that Sringeri Mutt runs in Sringeri.
50-60 ஆண்டுகளுக்கு முன்னால
ஆமாம்.
பெண்கள் கல்வியை பற்றியே ஜாஸ்தி இம்பார்ட்டன்ஸ் கொடுக்காத காலத்தில்
ஆமாம்.
ஜெகத்குரு அபினவ
ஆமாம்.
வித்யாதீர்த்த மகாஸ்வாமி
ஆமாம்.
இப்போ நம்ம வேத கல்விக்காக சிங்கேரி சாரதா பீடத்துடைய 33வது ஜெகத்குரு ஸ்ரீ சச்சிதானந்த சிவாபதி நரசிம்ம சுவாமிகள் ஒரு பாடசாலையை துவங்கினார். இஃப் ஐ எம் ராங் யூ ப்ளீஸ் கரெக்ட் மீ சார். தட் ஐ திங்க் தட்ஸ் அ ஃபார்மலாக ஒரு பாடசாலை ஆரம்பிச்சது அப்போ தான் நினைக்கிறேன். கரெக்டாக?
ஆமாம். Our Sanatana Dharma Parampara basically revolves around Guru Shishya Parampara. The practice is that a Guru teaches few Shishyas. At some particular point, when they know that the Shishya has been trained enough to pursue his knowledge requirements by himself, he is allowed to be free. That Shishya becomes a Guru and he starts teaching several Shishyas. Like this chain has taken place for thousands of years, and no print was available, no book was available. Everything was memorized and given to their Shishya, who in turn memorized and given to next generation. Like this has been going on for several centuries. But in early 19th century, there was a need that this type of education be systematized so that more students can come and learn. A guru can have 3 or 4 people under him in a place in his house, provide them the required infrastructure and teach him. But 15, 20, 25 students, it's difficult for one family man to keep in his place and teach. That's how the strength of a guru used to be only having 5 or 6 students under him at any particular time. To increase this, to see that there is a mechanism where students can be sent to a common place where they can get this Vedic education the way it should be, as in a Guru Shishya Parampara. 1890s, our Jagat Guru, after his Vijay Yatra, decided that there should be a Vedic Pathshala. In 1895, he started the Sadvidya Sanjivani Samskrita Mahapathshala in Sringeri. Probably this is the second oldest Sanskrit teaching or Vedic teaching institution in the world, because he himself had started one such Pathshala in Dharwad, which is still continuing.
Oh.
Not only Vedic.
That was before?
That was before. Dharwad College is before our Sringeri, few years. But he didn't stop there. Most people don't know that along with Sadvidya Sanjivani Samskrita Pathshala, where teaching of Vedas was the prime object, he started an institution called Bharatiya Girvana Pauda Vidya Vivardhini Mahapathshala, something equivalent to what Indian Institute of Science was. Here the basic idea was to give students who are highly qualified, who are interested, higher learning teachings in Shastras. So that Pathshala was started in Bangalore in 1907, and the construction took place, and around 1911 it was formally declared open and teaching started. In fact, the 34th pontiff of our Sringeri Sharada Peetham, Pratasmaraniya Jivan Mukta, His Holiness Chandrasekhara Bharati Mahaswamiji, was a product of this Bharatiya Girvana Prauda Vidyavardhini Pathshala. This Pathshala was serving the needs of people who have attitude to learn more of Shastras. So a system was established in 1910-1911, where a teacher and students had residential accommodations. 1911, they constructed a big agrahara where students and teachers could stay and pursue their studies in Vedanta, Mimamsa, and some portion of Tarka also. So these were all visionary instances that we can see how our Jagat Guru at that point of time, when people even didn't have thought that a grahara is required if somebody has to run an educational institution, was conceptualized. The government has started all this only in the 1960s, or even now many Indian Institute of Technology or Indian Institute of Management don't provide all the accommodations that is required, even now. But this was thought of in 1911, 1912, and even to this day that Agrahara is still active and live. So, what Sringeri Mutt has done and our Jagat Guru has done more than 120, 130 years back is something very unique. And probably the vision with which they started all this is mainly responsible if there is some element of Veda and Shastra still alive in the world.
நேர்களில் ஒரு முக்கியமான விஷயம், நம்ம அவர் சார் சொன்ன அந்த பாடசாலை இயங்குகின்ற இடத்துல தான் நாங்கள் அவரை சந்திச்சுட்டு இருக்கோம். இந்த
ஆமாம், சேம்
பில்டிங்கில்
திஸ் வாஸ் கன்ஸ்ட்ரக்டட் இன் 1911. 1908 to 1911.
ஜகத்குரு சந்திரசேகர பாரதி மகாஸ்வாமிகள் படிக்கிறது.
The place where we are sitting, probably he sat and had his education.
அது அந்த மாதிரி ஒரு பவித்திரமான இடத்துல நாங்கள் ஒரு
The place where he used to stay in the Agrahara, even today we are maintaining it in a very principled way, and we call it as Chandrasekhar Nilaya. We have a small
அந்த கட்டடம்லாம் அப்படியே
இருக்கு. We still maintain that. All the houses that were constructed in 1910, 1911 are still maintained.
இப்போ நீங்கள் நிர்வாகத்துறை ஆரம்பித்த காலத்துக்கும் இப்பவும் கம்பேர் பண்ணால் அந்த வேதம் படிக்கிற மாணவர்கள் நிறைய பேர் வந்துட்டு இருந்தாங்களா, இப்போ குறையிறதா? நீங்கள் how do you feel that it is dropping down, people taking interest in studies?
No. I will give my own experience. We conduct Veda Sammelanam in various parts of the country every year. About 10 cities we choose. But Kashi is one place where we do every year, Kaladi is another place where we do every year, and Sringeri is one place where we do every year. Others change. 2000, when we conducted the Veda Sammelanam in Kashi, Varanasi, the number of Vedic scholars who attended was 80, around 80. Today, this year, when we conducted the Veda Sammelanam, the active participants were 300, and about 700 students who are learning participated. That is about 1,000 people participated in the Sammelanam. It's growing up in a very geometrical proportion. Not only in Kerala, I'm just giving an example. This tradition is now getting its due. There are institutions who are ready to support, and there are many philanthropic citizens who know that they have missed something in their life but would like to support somebody else to get that and preserve it for their next generation. The interest that people show for learning of Vedas has increased in a very big way. May not be in a traditional way as it was 150 years back, but the interest is definitely there, support is definitely there. If someone wants to pursue this, I am sure he will get all the required support mechanism for doing it.
சார், இந்த சிங்கேரியில் இருக்கக்கூடிய வேத பாடசாலையில் சாஸ்திரமும் நம்ம சொல்லிக் கொடுக்குறோம்.
Earlier, when the 33rd Pontiff started this Pathshala, Sringeri, he wanted Veda Pathshala, Veda and basic Sanskrit, and higher level of studying, he wanted it to be at Bangalore. So, Shastra Pathshala was in Bangalore, and Veda Pathshala and elementary Sanskrit teaching was in Sringeri. But in 1980s, 90, the strength for studying of Shastras was not up to the mark. So, for better control, Holiness called all those students and they started studying in Sringeri itself under his direct tutelage. So, now that practice is continuing. There is a Shastra study also going on in Sringeri. And probably this Bharatiya Girvana Pradhavidya Mahapadashala activities will again revive very shortly.
Vedic education, what is the kind of support you receive from the government?
To be very frank, we have never approached government. I may not be able to answer the question directly because we have not approached. So we can't say whether they will support or they will not support. There is one problem with the present type of government that we are having. They call themselves as secular, and they think that supporting the education of one particular group may not fall into their agenda. But we have never approached any governmental help.
Anywhere.
Anywhere. We have many pathshalas around the country. Nowhere have we approached government for revenue expenditures. So we can't say whether they will support or not. But we have not asked them to support or help us.
So Sanskrit education, அதில் advanced learning. அதுக்கு பாடசாலை தவிர I learned that Sringeri Mutt is responsible for bringing in a university.
I won't say we are responsible. We did put a lot of effort for bringing up two institutions, one at Kaladi and one at Sringeri. We pursued in a very methodical way with the government of Kerala and impressed upon them that a Sanskrit university should be started in the name of Adi Shankara at his birthplace. More than 6 years of continuous effort yielded result, and in 1991, the Kerala government started activities and declared open the Adi Shankaracharya Sanskrit University. But the changes in the government policies almost every 5 years when a new government comes, the progress will always be very biased one. This government may consider it as important and support in all ways, but the next government may, whenever a change takes place, they may feel this is not important, they may give importance to something else. But having started, government always continues that. That is one good thing about it. So this Adi Shankaracharya Sanskrit University at Kaladi has been growing, and because of that, many students have been able to have their education at graduation and post-graduation level in the Sanskrit University. Similarly, in 1990-91, Sringeri Mutt took lot of efforts and impressed upon the government that there should be a Sanskrit university started in Karnataka. So the then government supported it, and in 1991, Sanskrit, now it has become a deemed university, a Sanskrit college was started in Sringeri. That is also doing very well now. It is attached to a deemed university. It's part of a deemed university. More than 400-500 students learn there. So these two main activities, initiatives that Sringeri Mutt took, has yielded lot of good results for the general public. But in 1960s, when there was a dearth for students to come forward and learn Sanskrit, basic Sanskrit, our Jagat Guru started an establishment called Suraj Saraswati Sabha. The purpose of this Sabha is only to conduct classes at high school level or even below that. Elders are also accepted, but idea was that students at high school level should learn Sanskrit as a language, so that in future, whenever required, they can upgrade it. This exam we conduct twice in a year. In 1969, I think we started it. Lakhs of people have taken this exam in the last.
It is still continuing.
It's still continuing. Even now, we have it on online also. Many students from all parts of the world. We conduct classes online, so they appear for exams also online, and certificates are also given. And those who score more than 95% in the exams, we have 5 exams: Pratama, Dvitiya, Tritiya, Turiya. Those who pass out of that will get a silver medallion with Goddess Sharada, and we support the students to learn Sanskrit. That way, Sringeri Mutt has taken a good initiative way back. At student level, people who are interested in Sanskrit as a language learning, they have been able to get that through this Suraj Saraswati Sabha.
So there is one feeling among some specific professionals that when we deal outside, when we need support to know the import of the Shastras, the scriptures, is there any way out to get the support from the Mutt?
Definitely. There are so many people as individuals and so many institutions who come seeking support from us. Probably every seeker gets the support that he wants from us.
So we will continue this, sir, as we go to the next part.